Josephine has a level of intensity that is second to none. I can remember being across the hallway and it was almost like we were in competition because we have that Italian personality. So Josephine is passion. Josephine is intensity. She is, I'm in your face, you're going to be successful because I believe in you, even if you don't believe in you. And I mean, she exudes that. She has just really stepped into another level of herself where her intensity also has this understanding and this more ginger approach, and I feel like she has just really taken off. Josephine, your excitement and your passion and your intensity makes me proud to be at work every day, and I enjoy every second that I get to spend with you.
She knows her kids, she knows her teachers. Anytime I have a question about a student, I know that she's been on top of it. She puts the time in, she puts the effort in. She knows what each one of those kids needs.
Emil is the heartbeat of Andrew Street in many ways. His room is a safe haven for our students. He's passionate about what he teaches and is willing to go the extra mile for our kids every single time. Emil, you are the heartbeat of Andrew Street. We couldn't do it without you.
What I can appreciate about Mrs. Fazone is her ability to bring real world into her classroom and complete cross-curricular activities in everything that she does. She uses the curriculum with fidelity, but then makes sure that she has opportunities in the classroom for the students to really tie together what they're learning in one content with all other contents. Her lessons are incredibly engaging. Her students love the class. They love everything that comes their way, and we just really love going into her classroom and seeing what the students are doing that's so unique and so creative. Mrs. Fazone, I love you. You know that. You have amazing lessons in your classroom. You are dedicated to your students. I see that every day when I'm in your classroom, and it's just wonderful for our second graders to have you.
Just an amazing teacher and an amazing guy. Brandon has really developed that student-centered classroom. He's laid that foundation for his students to be successful for the rest of their career at high school. Kids have a real voice in his class, and I think that's what's special about Brandon. You know, your relationships with the kids and the staff, you've really developed into a real leader in our building.
He's our one of our most veteran teachers at Andrew Street, and really creates a culture inside of his classroom that translates to the rest of the school. He's positive, funny, and still holds students to high expectations. Tim, we couldn't do it without you.
So I'm excited that Skylar has been nominated for Educator of the Year because she is very concerned about the welfare of our children. She's hardworking, and it's just been a joy to see her grow from a developing, maturing young teacher into a leader in our building.
Mr. Orr definitely has taken on some ownership of Propel Homestead, definitely in the manner that he has been mentoring our young males through the mentoring program. I've found him to be very dedicated to the charge and the change and the vision in making Homestead first to best.
Miss Klein is one of our most steadfast teachers at Braddock Hills Elementary. She works tirelessly to ensure that her students meet very high standards. But one of the most amazing things about Miss Klein is that she also does the same thing for her colleagues. There are many teachers throughout our building who have reached their fullest potential because of their work with Miss Klein, and so we're really lucky to have her on our team. Good luck, Miss Klein.
I'm excited about Melanie Lane being nominated Educator of the Year because she exemplifies exactly what all in means at Propel Northside. She is a natural leader and is responsible for the math drive in our school. Thank you, Melanie.
This is Mr. Gentile's second year being nominated, and rightfully so. Mr. Gentile is an innovator. Everything that he does in art is based on something that he's researched, whether it's through his work at Harvard or through his agency by design work. Everything that he does in the classroom asks the students to dive as deeply as they can into the world of art and beyond, and to really bring together real world experiences in art class as well as in his elective, which is a cooking elective. So he's really giving our students a Propel McKeesport opportunities that they might not have outside of school.
I think that Lindsay Marco was an excellent nomination. She has really taken on a leadership role in our building, providing support to all educators around data in the building. She's one of our EITs and has really taken ownership over that role. She's in it to win it. Her goal is at the end of this year specifically that all of her kids will be reading at level, and she will get there.
When I think of an epic Educator of the Year, I think of Tiffany Ward. She does whatever it takes for her kids, between epic lunch bunches, her math tutor time, her project-based learning, really awesome fish for the kids. She's fantastic, and through it all, she gives a whole lot of effort in all that she does too. Congratulations, Tiffany Ward, you deserve it.
So Kelly McCall, I have had the pleasure to come into Kelly McCall, and you know, I didn't know what I was getting. It was a wild card. I was getting an educator from another building. I had heard that she had some serious experience and that, you know, some really great things about her. From the door, Kelly McCall has been nothing but consistent. She has been willing to help. She took on roles that, coming into a new building, you wouldn't expect somebody to take on, but she is doing our induction and she is doing it wonderfully. She is somebody that not only my new staff counts on, but my staff that's been at East forever. Kelly is consistent, she is compassionate, her students are hungry for more of her. Kelly is somebody that also, she just makes an impact every day. Kelly, I always say I struck gold when I got you, and I stand by that.
Erin Gerst is the glue of Propel Northside's morale. She not only takes care of our students and making sure that they strive for academic excellence, she takes great care of our teachers. When our teachers get a little stressed out and they need a nip, she is the facilitator of our book club. So when you see Northside with lots of spirit and happy, that's Erin Gerst.
So I guess coming in as a new administrator, I have identified Ms. Eager to be very consistent, dependable, on time, and dedicated to her students. She's the only teacher that comes to the house party with a full-out song, ensemble, written script, everything for her students, and they all know it. So she's all in the house when it comes to that. as far as her instruction is concerned, she's getting results, and I really appreciate that. Being a new principal, I have hope for her abilities as a teacher based on the results and relationships that she's been able to produce for our students.
So Robin Doyle embodies culture of dignity. Every single conversation that she has with students is kind, compassionate, restorative. Robin is completely focused and dedicated on educating the entire child. We're really excited to have her as one of our nominees because she is such a great educator in our building.
So Wendy Morris, I've had the opportunity of working with Wendy on 2 different campuses, and I think the best way to describe her strengths is in her relationships that she builds with her students. Every morning there's a line of 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders outside of her door to get their morning hug. They start their day checking in with her. And you know, these students haven't had Mrs. Morris in years, but they always come back to just see her and start their day, and she sets kind of the tone. So she's someone that in 20 years from now, kids are going to be talking about Mrs. Morris.
So Kate's a fantastic candidate. Kate is somebody who on the daily shows up, and she's got a level of excitement and passion and drive that kind of exceeds expectation. Kate's somebody that you can count on for a solution, somebody to look at a situation, even if it involves a student that doesn't belong to her. She wants to be involved. She wants to be able to put her, her experiences out there so that somebody can learn and that a student can be successful. So Kate, to me, is a rock star. Kate, I love you every day I come to work and I get to be with you, and I see in you a capacity to make a change and to make a difference. And for that, you make it fun to come to work, so thanks.
I want to say first, congratulations to Danielle for being our Educator of the Year nominee. I appreciate her so much as making an impact on our building, both on the teacher level and on the student level. She's our EIT, she has organized our DDI time as a whole school, but in addition to that, she's just a voice for students. She speaks up for them, but also holds them accountable, and is a voice for our staff. So she's very much a lead teacher that our teachers can go to for support, as well as an example.
He takes that learning that he needs to do as an educator to ultimately close gaps. He's not an educator who relies on a deficit mindset. It's not about what kids aren't able to do, it's about what am I able to do with the time and the scholars I have in front of me, and that's what I'm going to use to make sure I'm a part of this mission and I'm closing those gaps. So I think he's powerful with his mindset, and he's powerful in the way that he views education, and he's humble. He knows that it's about learning, and the real learning is the educator learning, and that's something that is unique in him.
Last year, I awarded Vince at our end of year celebration because he's Mr. Everything. He's always willing to jump in and help anyone in need. I joked about him fixing a parent's car outside of school, but that's just the kind of guy that Vince is. If you need something, he's gonna help you out every single time. Vince, you mean so much to our staff and students. We absolutely could not do it without you.
Zach Dow is an epic Educator of the Year. He uses music to build relationships with his students. Between his house recorders, drumming, really whatever it takes to excite the students, Zach Dow will give it a try. And Zach Dow has a whole lot of integrity in all that he does. Congratulations, Zach, you deserve it.
Miss Eisman deserves to be Educator of the Year. She's one of our resilience pride leaders here at BHES, and she consistently rises above any challenge, and she has had some challenges, and she does it with grace and dignity, all with the drive to make sure that her students are the most successful that they can be. So here at BHES, we're really lucky to have her on our team. Good luck, Ms. Eisman.
So Mrs. Carson truly cares about the students that are in her classroom. On a daily basis, her dedication to her students is observed in the way that she interacts with them, the amazing lessons that she plans for them, and the way that she ensures that they are still fully acclimated into everything that we do in the school and in the student culture. She has an amazing dedication to the special ed students in her classroom at Propel McKeesport, and she is just incredible with them, and their growth is bar none. Mrs. Carson, we love you. You are an asset to Propel McKeesport and the special education students in our building.
Epic Educator of the Year describes Gina Dukovic. She's always there for her students, good times and not so good times. She's also a special education leader of our building, and she's always prepared. Congratulations, Gina, you deserve it.
Susan Urson is the original, she is the OG of Homestead. Having been there since the building was first erected, working very closely with Dr. Check-in, Ms. Urson has been a consistent part of the foundation and the backbone of keeping Propel Homestead moving. Propel Homestead is her home. And when you come into her home, she definitely goes out of her way and above and beyond to make you feel very welcome there. Susan, your story is amazing, and being able to, having had the opportunity to see you and be transparent about why you're still at Homestead, I have a lot of respect for you, and I wish you the best of luck.
Pat leads by example, and so his demeanor of whether he's correcting students, he's always positive in nature and very calm, and so I think that has a way to impact our building. So other teachers feed off of that, other students feed off of that. He creates an energetic and engaging learning environment where students are excited about their projects and really know the impact that they're having in that classroom, but then even beyond.
Cornell is a very steady presence in our school. He's well respected by all staff, all students, all parents. He builds great relationships with kids. He has just a very calming presence in the classroom, and he's done a wonderful job this school year. Good luck, Cornell. You're well deserving, and thank you for being an awesome teacher on our staff.
He is someone who you can count on for reliability and discipline. He is really good with making sure kids understand this is a place of learning. If you have an idea about anything else, I'm going to convince you that we are here for one reason, and the biggest reason of all is to learn and get you where you need to be, because education is power, and he does not walk that line with children, and that's something that can be appreciated from him. So I think he has been nominated because he is that ideal educator where when you have some of those tough scholars, how do you power through them and get them to understand that this is a classroom, a school of learning? He does a really good job with that effectively and swiftly, and more than likely his peers have seen that in him.
Miss Melian is one of our Imagination Pride leaders at Propel Braddock Hills Elementary. And I think that that's really fitting for her because she meets every day and every challenge with creativity and a will to make sure that anything happens for our kids by any means necessary. She is one of our most dedicated staff members. She's been here since the beginning of Braddock Hills, and you can see in all of the actions that she takes with children, with staff members, that she's really here to make sure that our school is the best school it could possibly be. Good luck, Miss Melian.
She loves and cares about every single child. The relationships that she's able to build and establish with them from the very beginning of the year to now is just incredible to watch and see. She greets every single student in the doorway, you know, at the threshold, just shaking their hands, setting the tone for the day. Everything that she does, she's so reflective about her work, and every day she just comes in striving to do better and more for our kids.
Chelsea really is a big part of our culture at BHHS. Those kids take that class so seriously because Chelsea has instilled that in her students. I think Chelsea's always had a sense of urgency about meeting her kids' needs. She's a tireless worker. We've seen her kids just grow by leaps and bounds since she's had the program.
So since I met Sarah McKnight 4 years ago, I have been completely blown away by her sense of urgency and her work ethic. Everything that she does is for the kids, with the kids. She takes advantage of every single second in the school day. Whether it's from classrooms or just taking advantage of little spaces in hallways or in the staff lounge with a little group, she takes her cart, piles everything on, and she just goes.
She's a house team leader in our building, so she helps to plan all of our house events, and she's just very invested into Propel. And because of that and her willingness to do whatever it takes for our students to be successful, I'm so proud of her. Congratulations, Nicole, you definitely deserve this.
Some people make teaching look easy, and I think a big part of that is having someone who's able to sit down and plan. She's a planner. She will take her time and plan things and make sure things are to the T, perfect, if you will. And she's able to use that sense of this matters, this is important, and everything needs to be just right because my scholars matter. And you'll see that in her classroom, and you'll see that in her teaching. She is very deliberate about what she does. Every minute counts. And having that sense of urgency and everything planned out, educators know that's pretty tough when you're a teacher because time is often the thing that we don't have. But having someone who shows you what you can do with the time that you do have and making every minute count, I definitely think that's why Danielle was nominated, because of her great strength in planning, but also executing her plans very deliberately. Danielle, I want you to know that I think you are a fantastic educator. What you're doing, what you're bringing, it's absolutely wonderful.